This question right here, which is a very important question and poignant in regards to what's going on in this country right now. But in order for me to be able to answer it even semi-effectively, I'm going to have to do this in two parts. The first thing is I do have experience with being locked up with police officers. I was actually locked up with that police officer and a few other dirty cops. But what people really have to understand when it comes to Derek Chauvin and what's really going to shape his prison experience is he engaged in a blatant act of racism as a police officer, which led to somebody being killed. But what people may not be paying too much attention to is what about all the acts of racism as an officer where they led to people just being locked up? Because it looks like him going to court and telling a bold-faced lie on somebody and they didn't do what he said they're doing, but that person gets sent to prison because those guys are locked up, and that's a concern that they're going to have for Derek Chauvin. Now, this is part two of me talking about what Derek Chauvin's prison experience is going to look like. Now, because of the concern that I raised in the first video, he's going to be on PC, protective custody. He has too high of a profile case not to be. Now, PC is not a good place to be because the administration is so concerned with your safety, they don't let you do much. It's sort of like segregation in a lot of ways. Now, because of the inmate population and not going to pretty much be able to get their hands on him, what he's going to have to deal with is a constant state of paranoia. He's going to have to deal with biological warfare, meaning people walking past his cell, throwing feces in there, throwing urine in there. That's a thing in prison. They call it gunning them down. And he's also going to have to deal with anytime he eats because inmates make the food. Inmates know where the food is going. So he's going to be in a constant state of paranoia. Those are just a few things of what his prison experience is going to look like.
So that's a really good question and a really easy answer, okay? So he's a cop. Most people in prison don't really fuck with the cops like that, you know what I mean? Nobody's really sure why, but it just seems like for the most part, they don't really get along too well. So he's not going to like come up to the space, he'll be like, hey, I got next. That's not going to happen. He's not going to get next on the basketball court. He's not even going to be in general population. He's going to be in protective custody because they're going to try to kill him, okay? Number one. Number two, everybody knows who you are, so there ain't no hiding. Like, you're done, bro. You're done. Like, you're going to sit in a hole in protective custody for the rest of your life. Sucks to suck.